What's up, folks? So we're going to be talking about Waifu Cards. You're probably wondering why I'm talking about Waifu Cards on a Charizard channel, because I use the proceeds to invest in other cards or expand my Charizard collection. But I want this video to help you to either make you profit or expand your collection or whatever it may be. Anyways, let's go over it. So, Lily is a very high demand card. It's a little expensive to buy in even raw. And even if you get a PSA 9, well, if you get a PSA 10, you make bank. But I always try to plan for the worst and hope for the best. But let's just say you get a PSA 9, and as you can see, almost $400 or $200, maybe low. The profit margin's like 30-40%, maybe. Just try to think of the worst case scenario and try to just plan. If you do plan to flip this card, it's high buy-in, but there's a low risk but profit margin. You have to think of your time and your money being tied up. So anyways, let's go over to Misty's Favor. Misty's Favor is a really good card because you can go back. It's like nostalgic. Misty's always been around. Everyone knows her. She was Ash's friend throughout the TV show. So Misty is a good buy-in, especially with a buy-in and hold even. But this is not a bad card because it's a little buy-in, but you can actually sell this card for pretty high. Let's see what a PSA 9 goes for. Trying to find a good example. Let's go PSA 9. Not 300, so you can possibly double your money. But so the other card is the Marnie base set. This is not a bad card for me. Marnie's a really safe bet, just because she's like a new rival, and there's a huge demand for her in Japan apparently. Maybe some other people can clarify that in the comments. But from my notice, Marnie, there's a huge demand in the market for her. This is a safe investment, especially if you buy raw and grade, and if you get a PSA 10, you just make bank. So, but like I said, always plan for the worst. So if you buy this card, let's just say $43, and you get a PSA 9, that's $120. So just always kind of just like ask yourself, is it worth my investment, my money being tied up? Here's another low-risk investment. I actually like this promo. It has like the Joker smile. Apparently, in the video game, your main character catches her in the act of practicing her smile. She's super embarrassed, and maybe this artwork kind of reflects that. They made an actual whole Marnie box out of it. If you check out my videos, I did an opening box opening of this Marnie promo. It's really cool. You get a binder, you get the card, and you get boosters. So for me, yes, people just buy the card raw, but when I got the card, it was like not even close to that price. But I have to get a new one because there's a slight crimp on the corner of the card because it's stuck in the. It's like how the Hidden Fates those old promos. Kind of sucks, but it's what it is. But anyways, it's a good buy-in. Low risk, and let's go to this other one. This is another good promo, Marnie. We recognize this for this artwork from Champions Path. It's a low buy-in. It's like almost the same price as a Charizard Illustrator. So if you plan to get this card, it's a low buy-in, low risk, but anything with Marnie, pretty much, I'm taking all my Hollow Bleed Marnies from Champions Path and I'm sending it to Beckett, so I can put the Hollow Bleed on the label. Okay, Shiny Star V. This one's interesting. So one, Marnie 4 did not cross over Shiny Fates, which I was pretty disappointed on because less chase cards, and if you don't pull this Charizard VMAX, it's like, how can you get your money or I can profit? There's a lot, I've noticed when these full Marnies from Shining Star V, there's a lot of PSAs. That's all I ever see is PSAs. And yes, there's Beckett ones, but here's the thing about Japanese cards. Japanese cards have a very great, have a high print quality to it. So I'd rather send the Martin cards to Beckett. And let's check out the, okay, let's refresh, complete. So let's check out the pop report here. And the pop report, zero black labels. See that, folks? Zero. There's zero black labels. 54 have been sent in. So for me, a Beckett Pristine 10 sells almost as much as a PSA 10 anyway. So might as well just try to go for the black label. Okay, so Skyla. This card I feel really undervalued, and I believe once the supply dries up for Shiny Fates and people stop seeing it on the shelves, that's when prices are going to go right back up. Right now, there's abundant supply of it. People can still find it at Walmart or Target once the vendor. If the vendor's stocking it still, putting it on the shelves, the cards are going to kind of be at a stagnant price as we speak. But like I said, once the supply stops and it's hard to get, that's when prices are going to go right back up. But right now, I feel like Skyla's a good buy-in. Now let's check out the Shiny Star V population report. I want to show you something. Now, like I said with the Marnie, there's no black labels. There's only 4 Skylas been sent in. And I sold one of the Skylas for $455. So one of these two were the ones I sent in. And I'm kind of shocked that everyone just keeps sending everything to PSA. Just because PSA is a known grading company, it doesn't mean that you have to just send to PSA. Try out different companies. Like Beckett, their black labels sell for a lot of money. If you're in the game, you're just trying to make profit, just send it to Beckett. Anyways, my thing is, if the card has potential value to get a black label, might as well try, right? Okay, so this one's quite interesting. This one was at a tournament, almost 10 grand. Raw, I think one's still on for sale for like 7 grand, but it's still a lot of money. Let's give it a sold. See what for selling. So one is up for sale for 8 grand. It's not even graded. Like, it's just insane. How much these tournaments. So it's just like, well, if you fly to Japan and you did all that work and you earn this card, you have to pay for your, going to the tournament. So, anyways, this is a very expensive card. I just want you guys to be aware of it. So, anyways, let's hop over to Red Challenge. This is a great card, very nostalgic from the Game Boy. Now, this is not a bad buy-in. This is a very good card. Now, I think Boost Tactics is another good card. Well, one, Boost Tactics has Charmander on it. So, and the thing about Blue is that, or Gary, he's like one of my favorite rivals, is because I've noticed like lately with the newer Pokemon video games, the rivals are just either cardboard or just extremely soft. And if you go back to the first TV series, like how the a-hole Gary was, like he was always like just shoving in his face, like, hey, look at my 20 badges or whatever. Like everyone knows Gary as like, honestly, like it pushed Ash to make to compete. And even in the video game, Blue was a bully in a sense, but it gave you that competitive edge in a sense to beat him. And then we have Olivia. Olivia is almost the same price as the Um, the Misty as the 4/2. It's a good buy-in. These cards are not too expensive to get into if you want to invest into waifu cards. Let's go to the next one. Nessa is another good one. We reference her from the Shiny Sword Art 4 box, and I think this is another good card too. So, anyways, the last one is the Pokemon Orange Tops. This card is the Mandarin Island Mismatch card, and hardly no one knows about it. Hasn't picked up that much heat. So if I were you, get on it best you can right now before this card really picks up hype and starts gaining traction of almost going up to $50. Right now it's cheap right now because hardly no one knows about it. But it's a good card to buy in, get it graded, and any other cards you get, well, grade them too, I guess, and then flip them. But apparently, every time this card pops up, it's sold, just like that. So, anyways, I want to give you guys a good idea of these type of cards. Hopefully, it helps you on your investing endeavors, and so hopefully, you can make some good profit or add these waifu cards to your collection. Anyways, sub, like, and see you guys later. Peace.